We're talking today about how to become a motivational speaker or a life coach. Is this something that you feel you have been called to? You feel this tapping on the shoulder. You feel this drive within you that says you were meant for more. Your life was meant for more. Your story was meant for more. More people need to hear it, and you can make a difference in your life, in their life. If that is something that you feel that you've been called to do, join me for today's episode and we'll talk about how to become a motivational speaker or a life coach. Hey, I'm excited to talk to you today. I'm excited that you have joined me for this video. You have clicked on it because there's something that you feel you were called to do. You feel like you were called to be a motivational speaker or a life coach or something to help other people tell their story. I love that, and I want to share a few things that hopefully will help you as you kind of chart your course and figure out how do I actually do that, what resources are available to me, and how, and maybe you're like me and you're starting from a place of insecurity and doubt and discouragement, and do I really have something to offer other people? Well, let me share with you a few stories. Years ago, I went to a conference. It was called CEO Space. I felt way out of my league. The people there were incredible. Many of them were CEOs of businesses, and they were making profound differences. And I remember I sat at this table with this one guy. He was a millionaire. That to me already said he'd achieved success, and so I was interested in what he had to share. But what he had to share, man, it felt like it was so personal to me, because he was talking about being called and having a gift within you that you just felt you needed to share with others. Is that something that you felt? Do you feel something within you, that you have greatness within you, that you have a calling, you have a purpose, you have a mission, you have something to fulfill so that you can help other people? Well, I had that, and he kind of, just through his speaking, kind of touched a nerve with me as he spoke about that. Well, I remember he was telling a story. He was a brilliant speaker, had been inducted, I think, into the Hall of Fame of the National Speakers Association, which meant he was really good at what he did. But before he was a motivational speaker, he felt called to do it, but he was terrified about it. So he went to one of those Toastmasters meetings. And Toastmasters is where you basically learn to be a speaker, and you have other wannabe speakers teach you how to not say and they teach you how to present yourself and teach you how to work the room. Anyway, he went to one of these meetings and he sat at the very back of the room by the exit because he wanted to make sure that if he passed out, that the EMTs could get there quickly and revive him. He was so terrified about going to this. But then he said something that was really interesting. This was the thing that just cut me to the core, and hopefully it affects you too. He said, he looked around the room and he saw one of those AED things on the wall, those things that if somebody has a heart attack or their heart stops, you pull it out and you can shock them back into life. And he said, what if you knew how to operate one of those and somebody in this room needed you? They needed that help. They needed that shock, but you were too afraid to share your gift. What if you were too afraid to share your knowledge and that person died when you could have been there to save them? Whew. When David said that, I just felt this twinge in me because I had so many doubts and fears of being in front of a microphone, in front of people. I mean, that just absolutely terrified me. But there was something that rang true there. What if I did have a gift that would help somebody else, and I was too afraid to share it? He went on to say, what if God gave you a gift and you didn't unwrap it? What would he think? Anyway, it was an amazing experience as I met with David Corbin, and he kind of inspired me to rise up and to become a more full version of myself. Anyway, I don't believe I'm there yet, but I want to share with you the things that I've learned because hopefully it'll help you. Hopefully you are one of those people who have felt that tap on the shoulder, who feel drawn to speak to others, to present, to hold retreats or be a motivational speaker or a corporate presenter or a life coach or somebody who is going to go and reach out and help others with the things that you've experienced and the things that you've learned. So if you feel the tapping, if you feel this impression, I want to share with you a few things that you can do to get better. So I don't know, I have maybe 6 different ideas for you. Okay, the first one is Toastmasters. I told you a little bit about that before. It's a great organization. It's actually an international organization. You can get together in small groups and they teach you how to be a better speaker, how to get rid of the things that slow you down and that distract people when they're listening to you, how to work a room, how to give eye contact, how to use body language, how to present well, how to present with confidence. And you get a chance to practice with people who won't judge you and won't make fun of you because they're all there doing the same thing. So that's the first thing. Check out Toastmasters. The level of entry is super easy. Doesn't cost very much to join one of those chapters, and the people are wonderful. The next one is an organization called National Speakers Association, NSA. They're not the guys listening in on the other end of your cell phone. But the National Speakers Association is just that. It's the national group of speakers, many of whom have made a lot of money and are really good at speaking. And the cool thing is they come and they mentor others. They mentor other speakers who want to get to those levels. So you can check that out. There's probably a chapter near you. Google that, find out a little bit more about that. Also, many professional speakers will have a speaker bootcamp. Now, I would recommend going to one of these things because what happens is when you start to invest in yourself, they say people who pay attention. Once you start investing in yourself, you're going to start realizing I really have to be successful at this, especially if you invest in yourself so much that it's a really big chunk to take out. When you do that, you find that the pain of failure is even greater than the pain of speaking in front of a microphone. And that's when you really start to make progress because you're moving forward in that. So Speakers Bootcamp's a great way to do that. And you can find a speaker that resonates with you, that speaks the way that you like to speak. Maybe they tell the kind of stories you like to teach. Or maybe they speak to the kind of audience that you like. Whatever, you can find a Speakers Bootcamp that will help you. Now, another thing that you can do that absolutely doesn't cost any money, but will give you great practice, and that is doing YouTube videos or doing Facebook Lives. And the level of entry is super easy. I mean, you can just film yourself on your phone and you're on a Facebook Live. Or get a little bit of equipment and do something for YouTube. But it's super easy to get the kind of technology that you need to record this. Now, it may be really horrible. You may do really bad, like I have done and like I probably still am doing. But what it does is it gives you this practice of speaking extemporaneously, this practice of connecting with people, this practice of sharing stories. And as you do that, you're going to start to get rid of your doubts and fears. And one of the things you'll do also, if you work at it, is you're going to change your emphasis about how do I look and how do I sound to how can I help? Because you're going to change the spotlight from being on you to being on your audience and saying, what do you need to hear? How can I help you? And when you start to get into that service mindset, things are going to start to click together for you. So start practicing YouTube videos, Facebook Lives. Practice, 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 practice. The more you do it, the less you're going to be concerned about yourself, the more you're going to be concerned about others, and the more confident and comfortable you're going to be in front of a camera or in front of a group. And then the last suggestion that I have for you is record it. Whether you're uploading to YouTube or Facebook or whatever, or just practicing at home, if you record it and play it back and listen to yourself, you're going to find a lot of things that you want to change. At first, it's going to drive you nuts. Hearing your own voice, that's crazy. But once you do it enough times, you're going to kind of desensitize yourself from all of your insecurities and your doubts and fears, and you're going to start to recognize where you can improve. And as you improve and as you get better, your confidence is going to build step by step, until where you can finally really share your message. So three main things that you need to do really to be a coach or a speaker, and that is to elevate your mindset, elevate your skill set, and elevate your tool set. And I have many things that can help you if you want to hop into some of that stuff. There's a free offer at the end of this video, in fact, for a morning routine planner that will help you get your mindset right. There are other speakers that do speaker boot camps, other things that will give you the tool set, but those are the three things you really want to look for on upgrading. How do you get the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set? Hopefully those ideas help you as you figure out, how can I share this message that is just hitting me inside. It wants to get out. It wants to be shared. It wants to make a difference in the world. I hope you're one of those people, because those are the kind of people that I really like to hang out with. Thank you very much for joining me, and catch me on another episode. What are your thoughts? You've had time to think. Now it's time for you to share. In the comments section below, share your thoughts, ideas, and questions, especially any insights that inspired you to take action. Of course, the best place to take action is at scottwilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, I will reward you with a purpose planner so you can start each day with confidence, clarity, and conviction. Your identity is your most valuable possession. It's who you are, why you're here, and what you stand for. Choose your beliefs and pick your identity. It is choice, not chance, that determines your reality. See you next time.